Kannst du mich anmachen, ja. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the rather late start. We were having some technical issues, as you would expect during something live. We've had to work out why things are working and why things aren't working. For example, why is that little picture in the corner? There's a little picture in the corner and it shouldn't be there. Bear with me 1 second. Aha, right, we got rid of that. That's good. So there we are. I do apologize. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the organ room. Friday night is organ music night. As you can see, I've got the organ switched on and it's making big noises. So let's have a look and see who is here this evening. Who have we got? Graham is here. Good evening, Mr. Twist. Nice to see you. Ken is here. Hi, Ken. Nice to see you back. Who else have we got? Dulcian32. Good evening to Germany from your neighboring country, Austria. Peter Camporeale is also here. Mr. Vic. Oh, Vic is here from London. Hi, Vic. We haven't seen you in the live stream yet, or at least I haven't. That's nice that Vic's there. Vic writes regular comments, and I always like reading Vic's comments. Vic is a very funny guy. Jerry is here from Ohio. Hi, Jerry. Hope you made the journey over to Cleveland okay. Yes, and thanks for joining in. Yes, very good. So, right, here we go. Who else have we got? There's probably hundreds of other people there, but I shall talk to you later. Now, this evening, we have a very spontaneous mix of things going on. A lot of people last week. Now, my missus put up a sort of a, what do you call it, a poll, a survey. Now, she did it only in German, which is cheating. I know, I'm sorry about that. And she did a poll asking people what they would like to see. And a lot of people said, do stuff with hymn tunes. So that's why I have the German hymn book with me here. Now, this is the Catholic hymn book, because I play organ in the Catholic Church. And this is the hymn book from our diocese. Now, what does that mean? Well, from number 1 all the way up to number 699, the hymns are the same throughout the entire German-speaking Roman Catholic world. And then from 700 to the end, these are the local hymns, as it were, and there's some corkers in there. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to introduce you to some of these wonderful German hymns, if you don't already know them, some of the wonderful melodies, and I'm going to intersperse that with pieces of real music. Improvised. I say improvised. Last week we had a rather nasty copyright claim on a piece of music. So if you went and watched the sort of the recorded version of the stream, you may have noticed a piece was cut out, and that was due to copyright claims. And that's annoying, because that then means that any peanuts that the organist, that's me, might earn from these videos, they pretty much disappear. So that's a bit of a pain. So sorry about that. These things happen. That's just the way it works. So let's get going. Here's a piece of something bluesy in the key of G. Oops. Sorry about that. It sounds like we buggered up the sound at the beginning there. Yes, too many cooks spoiling the broth, as they say. I pressed a button, somebody else pressed a button, then we pressed a button again, and all the buttons decided to press themselves, and we had no sound. So sorry about that, but here it is. The sound is definitely there, isn't it? Right, so welcome back, welcome everybody. Now let's have a quick little look through the chat. I see, by the way, anyone writing under my name during this, it's actually Mrs. G who's writing, so she will freely admit that she doesn't like writing in English. So if you want to write and get a private answer, then do write in German or expect an answer in German. So there you are. Right, cheers, good evening. I have something to drink again. I like these refreshing beverages, by the way, so cheers. No alcohol permitted. Now. Let's get back to this little chat here. Who have we got with us this evening? We have got Mr. Goldfinch. Hello. We've got Clarinet Chamber. Hello. Constantine is... Oh, James Flores is there. Our friend and colleague from Australia is there. Hello, James. It's not bloody early in the morning for you. What are you? You shouldn't be up at this time of the morning. That's not good for you. Right. All right, then. Let's do a hymn. Let's play something from the hymn book. Now, I don't know if you can see this in the camera. I shall hold it up sort of basically at the camera. A normal hymn book is just basically one line of melody. It's the melody line. And the organist gets to play around with the harmonies on that, which is rather wonderful. Which is all good fun. So, of course, perfect for someone like me, because I love doing that. Let me just quickly change this here. There we go. What it means is, of course, you play the melody to accompany the singers in the church, but it also means you can really play around with it. Now, there are 4-part harmony books available for these hymn books. There are. So the organist doesn't have to make up his or her own harmonies. Am I allowed to say his or her, or do I have to say his or her or its these days? I'm never very sure. I'm too old and too politically incorrect to know anything about these things these days. So, yes, maybe someone can help me out at some point. Not that I'm interested. Anyway, so yes, this is a very, very famous hymn, and it's been requested by a lot of people throughout the week. And it's what I think is probably one of the most famous German hymns there is. It's called Großer Gott, wir loben dich. And the melody is actually, or it has been translated, or the text, sorry, has been translated into various different languages, and it's become a rather popular hymn around the world. Here is the melody, and then I'm going to play around with it, and I'm going to add some real cool harmonies at the end, and this is where it becomes sort of very sort of, I don't know, is it Mendelssohn? It's someone like that. You'll get it, you'll work it out. It's a rather simple melody. It doesn't do very much. It just sort of wanders around from the F at the bottom to the C at the top. That's it. So it's very easy to sing. It's only sort of a scope of one. That's not true. It goes up to a top D at the end. But it's a very simple melody, a very easy melody to sing, and I think that's why it's so popular around the world. And the great thing about it is you can do rather a lot with it. Now I'm going to talk to you about what I do there, and the harmonies in the middle, this bit. That's all very sort of natural staying in F major stuff, but what you can actually do at that point is rather good fun. If at the beginning, because this bit's repeated, so if you take that to D minor, now you can go all sorts of chromatic on it. Listen to this. That's rather fun, isn't it? And then you can play around using lots of diminished chords and diminished harmonies and fun movements and things like that. So you can really have some exciting accompaniment going on there. Now, if you really want to play around with the hymn, I think we need to sort of bump up the organ a little bit. That looks good. And let's pretend it's the end of the service. I'll play the last verse and then I'm going to go for it. Whew. Isn't this a wonderful organ? This is, but if you don't know, it's the, let me pop up another picture of it. Ta-da! This is the, actually here's the proper picture of it. There you are. This is the magnificent cathedral organ of Nancy Cathedral, or Nancy Cathedral, as some people in America might want to say, sorry. The Nancy Cathedral organ over in France. And this was recently sampled for Hauptwerk by Piotr Grabowski, who very generously donated this organ to me. And it's absolutely wonderful. I think it's the best French organ you can get for Hauptwerk. It's not a Cavaillé-Coll organ. It was adapted by Cavaillé-Coll during its history, but it's been changed around since then. But there's a lot of Cavaillé-Coll in there, but it's definitely a wonderful French organ. It's absolutely wonderful stuff. So it's great. I just love it. It's great because you can play absolutely everything on it, including, he said quickly and spontaneously changing his registrations, you can even play things on it like this. boogie woogie never goes amiss. It's very tiring to do that kind of stuff, but it's great fun. Many years ago, this all started many years ago when I was, I used to play a lot of theatre organ concerts around the world in those days, believe it or not. And I then went to, I can't remember where, it was somewhere in London, I think. I went to a church with the people that organised that organ concert and sort of said, oh, can you do that sort of jazzy, bluesy, boogie stuff on a church organ? I said, of course I can, and proceeded to do it. And everyone thought, hold on a minute. No one's ever done that before. At least that was the idea then. This is back in the 90s. I was a young chap. And so ever since then, I've included boogie woogie on church organs, and it fits perfectly. I mean, you know, if you can play wild toccatas on organs, then surely you can play wild boogie woogie stuff on organs. Right, now, on the subject of boogie style, well, this is not boogie style, this is a very bad link, this, but we're going to get there. A lot of people have been requesting sort of modern, hold on a minute, modern hymns. I'm quickly looking through some of these comments here. And Graham Twist, which Vidor symphony is this? 9 3/4? Something like that. Yes. I wanted to, actually, during Vidor's time, not a lot of people know this, during Vidor's time at Saint-Sulpice, the legendary Fats Waller visited Paris in the 30s and visited the organs of both Saint-Sulpice and Notre Dame. He met Vidor, he met Vierne, and he got to play jazz on both of those organs. Sadly, there are no recordings of that, but oh my goodness, wouldn't that have been an amazing thing to hear? So, yes. Oh, by the way, someone's just asking for Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Well, there is the possibility of that being played anytime you want, but it involves you emptying your wallets in my direction. If we gather the sum of at least 250 euros, 250 euros, let's say euros, during this evening's concert, then I will play it for you at the end. Otherwise, nah, got to make it worthwhile. Got to make it worthwhile. So now, on the subject of making things up, this is what I do rather a lot. At the moment, we have a project running. I'm not sure this is going to work technically, but Mrs. G is going to put a link up on the screen at the moment. This is it worked last week, and for some reason it didn't work tonight yet. We might get it to work though. We might get it to work, and we're gathering funds at the moment for a new CD project. Now, 2 years ago we did this CD project, Piping Hot at the Organ, and you can still get that if you visit my website. I think there's a link down below, frasergartshore.com. Oh, that's the other link. Machst du mal Webseite? Ist das auch da? Mach mal Webseite. Ah, guck mal, jetzt hast du es im Bild. Das ist clever. Ah, mach mal das andere. Mach mal das andere. Musst du rüberziehen, gell? Hast du schon? Alles, ah, wunderbar. If you check out the website, here, frasergartshore.com/shop, you can still get hold of the old one, that's Piping Hot at the Organ, and that's a wonderful mixture of jazzy stuff and a couple of classical things, including something we're about to do in a minute, or at least the basis of it. But now there we are, there it is. Now, jetzt kannst du Start Next wieder machen. Now we are gathering funds for a new project, a new CD project, and this is much more exciting because you, or 10 of you, are actually involved in this. And what's happened here is 10 people have chosen or have commissioned a composition by me, an organ music composition, in any style they want. And the 10 compositions have now been commissioned, and I haven't contacted you all yet, I'm sorry about that, but I will. I'll be contacting you to make sure that we're on the right page, and I will be composing these rather wonderful pieces of music for you based around themes there. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what the themes are today. There's a guy who wants something in a samba Latin American style around the theme of did you get all of that? I forgot to switch the sound on, didn't I? That's, what's that called? Lobet den Herrn. It's got many different titles around the world. And someone requested something in the style of sort of samba Latin American around that, and a sort of toccata style. So that's one of those pieces, rather cool. Someone else, a friend from Switzerland, requested something in the prog rock style, which is incredibly cool. So I'll be getting my Rick Wakeman cape on for that one, and a blonde wig and all that sort of stuff. So yes, the full Rick Wakeman. So that's going to be good fun. And then other guys have requested something sort of more sort of in the sedate, sort of cool harmony stuff that we've sort of been doing for a while, and so on and so on and so on. So it's going to be a really interesting project. Now, in order for this project to start taking place, we need to get it recorded. Now, at the moment, the plan is to record it here using Hauptwerk organs, but we may still have the chance of taking it to a real organ and doing it all there. We're not sure yet. That would actually be a lot more expensive, but it might be better. So it's up to you. I'll be putting out an extra video about this in the next couple of days. However, until we get the start sum together, if you look at this crowdfunding campaign site here, startnext.com, the link's on the screen at the moment there, then we can't really get started because we need that to get the recordings done. It's a very expensive business. And I'm not talking about physically playing the recordings, that's the easy part, that's my part. But then getting them mastered, getting them burnt onto CDs, the booklets, all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, copyright, which you still have to pay even if it's my own stuff, and so on and so on and so on. So do please consider joining us there on this Start Next campaign, and you can pre-order a CD or a copy of the CD and the actual book of music that goes with it. So if you're an organist or you know an organist who would like that, then get in now, get in quick so that we can get these things going. Theoretically, we've got time until the end of October to do that, but if we get everything in before that, then we can get started faster and obviously get the project finished faster. So enough chat about that. Thank you very much, Mrs. J. Enough chat about that. I'll mention that again later on because we'll probably have a different different audience later. That's what I'm trying to say. Back to this next piece of music. Now, this is a rather nice little piece of music that wasn't requested by anybody, but I'm going to play it on a rather interesting. Yes, that's good. I'm going to play it on a rather interesting registration set here. This is a piece of music that was part of the Piping Hot CD at the time. Now, it was based on, it was called Prelude in D. Yeah, remember Prelude in D? That's been played by a lot of people. It's actually even been played by my friend in England, Richard McVeigh, on his channel Beauty and Sound. He's played the Prelude in D as well, and it's sort of, you know, it's been doing the rounds, and people are playing it. It's I think it's quite nice, and it's sort of a very sort of Anglican church style improvisation around a hymn. Now, this hymn itself is actually a very sort of modern hymn. Now, let me beef up the organ here. It's actually a very modern hymn, and very complicated title. Ob ich sitze oder stehe, ob ich liege oder gehe, bist du Gott bei mir. So let's translate that. So it doesn't matter if I'm sitting or standing or lying down or walking, you, God, are always with me. Okay, and then it goes on into a sort of chorus. You are all around me on all sides, and hold your hand out over me, and you know, pass. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't speak English or German tonight. It's pathetic. You look after me. It's basically that kind of thing. Now the melody that I picked for that, actually, I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use that. That's not very nice. I'll use that. That's better. Yes, that's nicer. The part of the melody I used for my Prelude in D was this. And then there's, oops, sorry, there's a nice scale that goes on there all the time, and the scale at the end. Okay? So it does all sorts of things. So let me play the tune for you, Ob ich sitze oder stehe. And then I'm going to improvise around on it in a more sort of rhythmic style this time. Hope you enjoy it. That's quite a cool little number, I think you'll agree. That's the melody as it is there, and I'm going to sort of ditty around on that a little bit now, okay? We have a running gag in my choirs here that we have. Every time I play a cha-cha-cha rhythm at the end of something, and I do regularly, we have to snap our fingers on time. There you are. Now, that was a little something played around the theme of Ob ich sitze oder stehe. Now, that was the Prelude in D once upon a time, and now it's turned into I don't know what that was. Someone wrote rather coolly, it's like a Darius Milo West Side Story hybrid. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Thank you for that. Who wrote that? That was YouTube User. Oh, that's an interesting name. YouTube User. Thank you very much for that. That was good fun. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. It's always good fun. Now, back to our little hymn book here. There are, because it's the Catholic hymn book, there are some rather exciting melodies in here based around Maria. Now, don't forget Maria was Jesus' mum. So, and of course, she gets some of the best melodies there are. And some of these are the oldest melodies that we've got in these wonderful books here, but some of them are incredibly romantic stuff. And one of them, it's one of my favorites of all time anyway. And this is, actually I'll leave that there. This is Segne du Maria, so Segne mich dein Kind. So how would you translate that? Come on, I'll put that over to you. Segne du Maria, how would you do that? How would you translate that into English? And it's a wonderful tune. And here it is on its own. Here it is on its own. Let me beef the organ up a tiny bit for this. It's a great little melody in its own. Very simple, again, but you can already hear as I play it through, there is a lot of scope for some rather wonderful harmonic naughtiness, which is what I think I do rather well. That was a very basic harmonization of this wonderful melody, Segne du Maria. Now, I personally think this piece of music fits absolutely perfectly to something in a march style, almost in the style of Edward Elgar. And then it sounds something like this. That was a bit of that was a bit of a workout. I love these hymns because you can really play around with them an awful lot. You can do all sorts of exciting things. I think that does work as a march, don't you? Don't you? Right, who's joined us in the last little while? Let's have a look. Any new faces? Bernhard Ammer. Hello Bernhard, haven't seen you. Also dich haben wir seit ewig nicht gesehen. Schön, dass du da bist. Sehr gut. Guck mal, ob ich andere... Stefan Schwarz. Doch, Stefan Schwarz, den kennen wir. Den kennen wir. Hi Stefan. Genau, aus Kühlburg. Da habt ihr diese richtig coole Orgel mit den ganzen so Kino-Orgel-Effekten. Gell? Da wollte ich doch mal hin, glaube ich. So somebody earlier on this evening said, why are we only doing this at the moment and not real organs? Well, we're working on that. There will be some real organs coming back to the channel very soon. And I'm also hoping that we can get some live streaming going from real organs as well. It all depends on the internet connection, but it looks like it's... Okay, somebody called Jean Longley has joined us. Remember Longley? I wonder, is that the real John Longley? I doubt it. He's been dead since 1991. Maybe he's come back to haunt me. So, hello, Jean Longley, whoever you are. That's weird. I think it's quite interesting when people choose names that don't belong to the real organ. How are we doing on our sort of saving up for, what's the word I'm looking for? Saving up for Toccata Fugue in D minor. Are we getting there? Ich frage mal meine Frau schnell. Und? Wie weit sind wir für Toccata Fugue in D-Moll? Haben wir die 250 geschafft? 8,70 €. 8,70 €. 8,70 €. We're not going to be playing Toccata Fugue tonight then, are we? No way. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, don't forget you can always send us a little thank you in the form of, you know, how it works. I'm not sure what it's called in these things, how it works, but it's sort of, you know, a little donation towards the channel, which never goes amiss. Thank you very much indeed in advance. So a couple of people have already donated. I saw that earlier on. So thanks for that. Cheers. Now then, and by the way, writing it down 50 cents, that's not actually doing it. You actually have to then do it. Thank you very much. So, James Flores, play Gigoux Toccata. No, I don't play Gigoux Toccata. Oh my God. I wanted to start doing Gigoux Toccata for the channel a long time ago. A long time ago, remember I played, I did a sort of thing about toccatas, remember that? And I played, what was it, the Dubois. Which I can't play by memory anymore, I don't think. Can I? Art Jan Prince, if you are taking suggestions, can you do hours and days and years and ages? Well, I'll tell you what, you explain that to me and I'll think about it. What do you mean by that? I wonder what you mean by that. Can I play Gigoux Toccata? I don't know, can I? I'll try sometime. Unless, of course, there you go, there's another challenge for you. Let's raise some cash. Super chat. Thank you, Ronald Figura. Perfect timing. Let's raise some cash on the super chat, and maybe I'll sight read the Gigoux Toccata for you. Mrs. Gartshore, kannst du bitte die Noten, das findest du bestimmt online irgendwo, Gigoux, G-I-G-O-U-T, Toccata, H-Moll. Guck mal, ob du die Noten findest, ausdrückst, kannst du mir mal geben. Aber in der Zeit gucken wir, ob wir was zusammen sammeln dafür. All right, I just asked my missus if she would go and find the music online to Gigoux Toccata, print it out, and then I might sight read it for you. If, let's say, how much do we want for Gigoux Toccata? Wie viel wollen wir für Gigoux? Wie viel? 50 €, 50 €, and let's get up to 50 euros, and we'll sight read the Gigoux Toccata, and that's going to be dreadful. So yes, who wrote that? Was James that requested that, wasn't it? Yes, James. Now someone just requested, and this is live, number 451 in our book. Now number 451 is a is a rather simple melody again. All of these are simple, they're great. It's called Komm, Herr, segne uns, dass wir uns nicht trennen. That's a nice little, theme for this evening. Come, Lord, and bless us, that we won't split up. No, is it that? I don't know. It's not a wedding hymn, I don't think. Actually, I've got a little joke coming up about that. Komm, Herr, segne uns. All right, let's play something around Komm, Herr, segne uns. This is for Bruce Thomas. Thanks, Bruce. Bruce has got the ball rolling. Let's get going then. Who requested this? 451. AF. Oh, that's good. Who the hell is AF? AF, what's your real name? And then I'll play this for you. Okay, this is number 451 in the German hymnal. It's called Komm, Herr, segne uns. There are 4 verses, and I'm not going to play all 4 of them. I'm going to play it a couple of times with some different harmonies. Let's find out. There you are, that was 2 verses of the hymn number 451, Komm, Herr, segne uns. And that's the sort of thing I do every weekend. I am an active organist in an active church, and I play in a church in Herschbach. Now, you've come across that on the channel before, that little organ. And every Saturday evening at 6 p.m. we have our weekend service. It's a Saturday night service, not a Sunday morning service. Thank God I'm not a morning person. And yeah, I sit at the organ and play hymns like that get sung along to by a rather wonderful congregation. And the congregation is very, very good at singing in Herschbach. And during the Corona pandemic, when they weren't allowed to sing, it was pretty hard going for them. But finally, they're allowed to sing again, and oh boy, are they enjoying that. So, there you are. If you happen to be in the area near Herschbach, that's in the Westerwald. There are 2 Herschbachs in the Westerwald, by the way, and this is the real Herschbach. Oh, am I allowed to say that? That's rather exciting. James Flores, $7.99. Ooh, Martin Carden, 50 quid. Bloody hell, Martin. From Paisley. Oh, Paisley, wonderful organ in Paisley Abbey. That's one of the only Kavai call. Oh, you haven't found it, have you? Oh nein, meine Frau hat's gefunden. Scheiße. Uh-oh. Okay, right. This is live without. Oh my God, this is not easy, and I'm not looking forward to this. Oh, James, I'm going to kill you. Right. Yeah, Paisley Abbey, a Kavai call organ in Scotland. It's been doctored about over the years, but a wonderful, wonderful instrument. Yeah, Paisley Abbey, well done. Oh wow, here we go, people. Thank you very much. This is getting exciting. YouTube user, that's yeah, YouTube user's been around. Right. Okay, now, James, are you still there? Is there a story behind this? Is there a reason you want me to play this, or is it just because you're trying to force me into something horrible? Right, there's millions of pages here. This isn't going to work, is it? Oh God, how am I going to do this? Oh, bugger. How are we going to do this? Oh my God, how are we going to do this? Because Mrs. Gartshore does not want to be seen in public, so there will be, oh God. How are we going to do this? Right, I'm gonna have to do some one-handed stuff to get some pages turned here. Sorry, folks. Hold on, how many pages? Oh, there's 3 pages at the end I need to get out of the way. Hold on, that looks easy enough. Right. Okay, this is live, all right? So bear with me. I need to set up the organ for this. Actually, because I've got all my other registrations, let me just quickly pull up a new one, save this as. So I've got it saved, ready to go right now. The organ needs, and this is good because this is an easy peasy organ to do it on this way. Let me just set this up. Bear with me. I'll talk to you as I'm doing this. I'm setting up the organ, registering it as it needs to be registered for this piece of music. So on the récit, it requires that sound. So there we are, we've got that. Let me move this over here out of the way. On the positive, we need. Oh, hold on. Is that right? Positive. Later. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to. Mrs. Gartshore found a version that's completely in French. So we need that later. That has to come later. All right, well, we'll get that ready for later. Grand orgue. That as well. Okay, there we go. Pedal. What's on the pedal? 16, 8, and 4. So we'll do all of it? Yeah, make it easy. Right, so that's the pedal. Yeah, that sounds right. Récit. Box closed. That sounds good. And then everything coupled together. Right, let's do all of this. Just get everything coupled there. Okay. That's part 1, right? Let's save that. This is live, okay? Sorry, this is quite boring to see, but I'm setting up the organ and saving the registrations, which I do using these little buttons here. Right, is that all of part 1? Yes. Now, here we add, oh God, here we add, okay, add that. Here we add, no, I've already coupled that down, so I don't need to do that. So I add that. Here, now we need to add something here. 16, 8, and 4. Does it really want that already? No, I'm just going to couple everything down at that point. Okay, I'm going to couple everything in there. Oh, wow, there's a version, Mrs. G's printed out a version where someone's actually, it's a PDF of someone. Wo hast du das gefunden eigentlich? Internet. Oh, danke. Someone's put some fingering marks in already. That's good. That's good. That's easy. That makes sight reading easier. Right, that's that part. And that carries on until where? Here. Oh my God. Right, and now we have to, is that right? No, hold on. That needs to be in on there as well, doesn't it? That's that. Yes. Right, now number 3. Add, okay, add, oh, let's just add all this. I have no idea. Let's do that. Oh, hold on. Oops, that didn't work, did it? No, that has to come down. Yes, that's number 1. Oh boy, you've put me on the spot here, Mr. Flores. This is not very nice. Now, hold on. I wanted to do that. Yeah, add that. Not that, and that. So that sounds pretty good to me. And that, oh, that takes us almost to the end. Takes us almost to the end. Doesn't it sound good? Yeah, although I think we need some of these, don't we? Definitely need some of those. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3. That's good. And then for the end, we need to whack on all the really good stuff. I hope you're still with me. Let's put on some 32s, some goodies there. Yeah, 16 foot there. What else do we need? Let's add that. Let's have that and that. And that. Oh, and that. I forgot about that. Why is that not on? Is that not on at the beginning? No, it's not. Right, that's the starting one, that's the second one, that's the third one, and that's the end. Okay. Okay, this is not much fun. Well, it may be for you, but it won't be for me. Right, how are we going to page turn this? How are we going to page turn this? Right. If I place these rather carefully, I might be able to get another one in. 4, 5, 6, 7, no, there's 7 pages. Oh, bugger. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Sight reading the Gigoux Toccata. It's fast, it's furious, and it's just going to be absolute hell. So, James, if this is a mess, it's your fault. Sorry for the long wait, people. Here it is. Let's go for it. In the immortal words of Blue Bottle, you rotten swine, you. Right. Right, okay, that was sight reading, just like that. Sorry, folks, for all the warts and all. That's doable. I'm going to learn that properly. Throw that away in the corner. I'm going to learn that properly. All right, James. As James added, great sight reading. I'm sweating, and that doesn't happen very often. That really doesn't happen very often. Oh my God. I'm exhausted now. Sorry about that. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've completely lost the count. How did you get that bit? I memorize things very quickly, so there is that. How do you get the fingering there? No, there's a fingering part there. It doesn't do that at all. Anyway, never mind. I'm not here to practice, I'm here to play. Thank you very much. My goodness, the money is flying in. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Wie viel haben wir geschafft? Haben wir Bach geschafft oder nicht? 179, 88. 179 euros and 88 cents. If we get it to 250 euros within the next, oh, it's already 11 o'clock, within the next 20 minutes, I will play Bach's Toccata and Fugue in D minor for you. That won't be sight reading. You have 20 minutes. During those 20 minutes, I'm going to play you another wonderful piece of music here. And this is my favorite hymn tune of all time. So I'm breathless. This is not good. Cheers. Huh? Ja? Hast du eine Abstimmung gemacht? Machst du jetzt? Okay. My wife has just said the most amazingly embarrassing thing, actually. There are two views tonight of our organ room, of the organ room. How do you... Oh, hold on, I have to save this before I forget it. Save, right. She's going to put out another survey on YouTube. I think she's probably going to do it in German. But it basically says, is it a yes or no? Yes or no. Okay, it's yes or no. She's basically asking, what do you like our organ room as you can see it so far? Do you think it's comfy looking? And things like that, because my wife is desperate to decorate it and make it look nice for these sessions so that it looks more exciting and nice for you. We're working on getting even more cameras in here as well, so yes. So do you think it looks nice? Yes or no? It's up to you. Do the Umfrage thing, the survey thing, and let us know. Now, while we're waiting for you to get up to 250 bucks, I'm going to play. And this is, hold on, I need to change my, yes, there we are. Change my registrations again. This is number 880 in the Limburg Diocese hymn book. And it's my favorite hymn of all time. It's called Wunderschoen Prestige. So it's another Maria hymn, and it's got the most wonderful melody. It goes from a bottom A all the way to a top D for the singers. So it's you know, the singers can really go for it, yeah? And it's all about praising Maria, how wonderful she is, how beautiful she is, how amazing she is, and all that sort of stuff, as you do in these things. And the harmonies you can put in this are just absolutely frightening. And in Germany, a rather famous organist many years ago did an improvisation around this and put out the most amazing harmonies in there. And since then, all organists in Germany have tried to copy what he did. And I can't quite manage it, but I've managed to sort of, I've managed to get it rather funky, shall we say. So this is a Wunderschoen Prestige. Hold on, here we go. Gerda is saying it really looks like a man's room. Yeah, well, it is. It's my room. It's my room. Anyway, here we are. Wunderschoen Prestige. Was hat Thomas gesagt? Dass das Fenster nicht gut aussieht. Okay, well, never mind that. Keep going, folks. Keep going. Right, here we go. Wunderschoen Prestige. You'll recognize this. I've played this a couple of times on the channel, and it's wonderful. Okay, there you are. Now, I was going to just immediately close off with our Toccata and Fugue in D minor because Stefan B, hello Stefan B, has just completely gone over the top and demanded it. But Stefan has also requested a hymn tune, and I think I can quickly squeeze that in before we play the Bach da hinten. Quickly squeeze that in. Number 478. Number 478. Ein Haus voll Glorie schauet, weit über alle Land. I'm going to leave the organ at its absolute loudest and play one version of this. Ready for this? Here's the introduction. I think the organ is actually too loud for that kind of stuff. So there you are, yes. German Catholic melodies breaking French cathedral organs. Right, you requested it. You're going to get it. Where's the music? It's up back here. Hold on. How handy. Who'd have thought? Right, now. You requested this amazing piece of music that everybody loves playing. Have I even got it? Oh, there it is. I have some registration set up for it. Right, here we go. Are you ready? No promises. I haven't played this for a couple of months. James Flores. So this is the source of earthquakes. Yeah, did you hear that? There was an earthquake in Australia. And yeah, is everyone all right in Australia? I hope so. I do hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the final piece of music for this evening's concert. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much for donating. Thank you very much for being part of this evening's excitement. Don't forget, startnext.com/en/Fraser Gartshore organ. I think Vanessa's putting it up on the screen even as we speak. If you want to get hold of a new, or in advance get hold of a new CD or CD and music book to get the project started, to get the ball rolling. I know this is an awful lot of sort of asking for all sorts of things in there, but without you and without these extras, the channel isn't possible. That's the way it works. So, thank you very much for being around tonight. Next week, this was our final live stream for September. Next week is the 1st of October, which means in 3 months' time it's Christmas. Oh my God, it's Christmas in 3 months' time. Have you started boiling your Brussels sprouts yet? Get them on. They'll be ready by Christmas. Right, Toccata and Fugue in D minor, closing off this evening's concert. See you next time. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That was it for this evening. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. See you next week on the 1st of October. Until then, bye-bye.